Hello, my name is Cliff Kahili, and I'm the City Manager for the City of Mesquite. I want to take a moment to address the topic of annexation. The Mesquite City Council has been exploring the annexation of undeveloped property located in Dallas and Kaufman counties for several years. The property is located within our city's extraterritorial jurisdiction. It was the recent focus of a citizen task force created to help us plan for the future growth of our community. The reason for our urgency in this matter was that the legislature recently changed the rules on how cities can annex. They gave Texas cities a deadline of December 1st to complete annexation plans. With this deadline in place, the city began its process to determine what properties, if any, should be annexed. Annexation is vital to the economic health of any community, especially in Mesquite. As a suburb of a major city, Mesquite is very limited in its new growth opportunities. The last chance we have for large-scale commercial and residential development is along the I-20 corridor. During the process, there were many misperceptions and mischaracterizations about what we were trying to do versus the reality of what we were actually intending to do. I would like to address those and provide clarity on the issue of annexation. From day one, we wanted to have an inclusive process. We notified property owners, we held more public hearings than were required by law, we studied the area and took into account the information provided by all property owners. All meetings were recorded and videos were made available to the public. Speakers were allowed to talk beyond traditional time limits so that every voice could be heard. Inclusion and transparency are core values of the City Council, and we maintain those values throughout the process. And it was just that, a process filled with emotions, debate, and discussions. It was a process that afforded the city the opportunity to better understand and appreciate all of the elements to be considered in the path towards annexation. Many of the accusations about our process claim that what we were doing was illegal or that we in some way violated rules. We disagree. Throughout the process, the City Council remained respectful and sensitive to the property owners. After the initial notices, hundreds of properties were removed from consideration. The Council maintained a primary interest in large, undeveloped tracts of property that held the most potential for future development. The Council worked diligently to produce development agreements that would empower the property owners, not the city, to maintain existing property rights for decades until development occurred. This would have allowed us to properly plan and budget city services in these areas without disrupting the current lifestyle enjoyed by the existing property owners. What began as an issue of property to be protected turned into political posturing by those who had a greater agenda than that of the citizens of Mesquite and the future of our community. Individuals of influence exercised their political powers to manipulate a process that the city advocated as a partnership into a process of adversarial tension. Despite that tension, the city continued to listen and sought solutions, regardless of the false claims and untrue accusations by some in the public. The city attempted to demonstrate civility. Time and time again, Mesquite took the high road during the process, only to be accused of wrongdoing. Let's be clear. We followed the rule of law to the letter. Others have questioned our process, but have not been able to prove any mistakes or violation on our part. In the end, they were able to use political pressure on the court system to prevent the city from seeing the process to its conclusion. And while we remain firm in our belief that we had the rule of law on our side, it is the Council's decision to not prolong this fight for years to come in the court system when there are other ways to expand our boundaries in this area. Now our focus shifts to efforts to encourage development within our boundaries and in Kaufman County, and to protect this corridor from undesirable development that would hamper future growth and would have detrimental effects on the residents in this area. We are also evaluating our service delivery plans to ensure that we are ready to provide the highest quality services in this area as it grows. We are excited about the future opportunities in Mesquite, especially along the I-20 corridor. We look forward to the new commercial and residential developments we expect to see over the next decade. On behalf of the City of Mesquite and our City Council, I want to thank our residents for their support to make Mesquite the best that it can be.